Biggest hit on the show last week? Let's go.
Trust the Profits is proud to be sponsored by Game of Silks. Go to silks.io to get in the game. Real ownership, real races, real rewards.
That's right, horse racing fans, and welcome to Keats Cash Plays, where we try to find value play horses, hopefully at a price of 5-1 or higher come post time. And my name is Keith, and you could find me at the handle Each Every Stride on X Twitter. Appreciate you guys joining me. This is episode 11 of Keats Cash Plays. We go all over North America really to try to find that value. Hopefully horses of 5-1 or higher, as I mentioned. And as the start of week 11, we did have a bump up in percentage, and I'll explain to you why. Is the results are in, and 13 out of 39 horses have now hit the trifecta on this show. And that's a 33% clip. You know, you got to remember, these are the price horses, so that's a decent percentage, and we're always looking to improve as horse players. And as I touched on, we had the biggest payout to date, and that was last week with Prince of A. Carlo in the stakes race last Monday at Turf Paradise. That was a nice win payout of $12.60, $6.60 to place, and the show payout was $4.40, a total of $23.60. And shout out to my friend Chase, the Wolf of Oaklawn, who I know actually we went back and forth on that. He actually had the highest payout to date before this with Necker Island. So appreciate Chase and everybody's support. And as the start of week 11 here for Keats Cash Plays, I'm going to be looking at Gulfstream Park. And I'm not looking at Saturday for Holy Bull Day. I'm actually looking at Sunday. I found some value play horses that I really like. You know, it's been some competitive racing here for the championship meet at Gulfstream Park, like the Pegasus Day last week. And as I just touched on, the Holy Bull Stakes for 3-year-olds. And that features the return of Fierceness, really one of the top regarded 3-year-olds in the nation. But I'm looking at Sunday's card. I really feel that presents value. And I did find 3 horses that I really liked that I wanted to talk to you guys about. All right, so this is going to be for Sunday at Gulfstream Park. So let's take a look at this a little bit further for you. This is going to be race 2. And this is going to be 1 mile and 16th on the turf. And I like a horse here at a price, and I'll discuss with you why. All right, so let's look at this here. We got Venezuelan Triumph, the number 3 horse. And I like the pace scenario and how this could develop for Venezuelan Triumph. Now, this horse is dropping like a lot of competitors in this field. But I really like I just touched on, the pace scenario could develop really well for Venezuelan Triumph here. You also get Paco Lopez jumping aboard for the first time. So one of the top jockeys in Florida. And you get, for trainer Victor Barboza, off the Reclaim. Love that angle of the Reclaim. You know, maybe this is Victor thinking that, you know, I had this horse ran well, got claimed, and I want to reclaim him back because maybe Venezuelan Triumph could run well at this condition, this drop. And back in the Barboza barn now, and that's another reason why I like this horse. I think this horse can be a price at post time. There's a few factors that I really feel like. Now, we don't have the morning lines yet as I record this show, so I've been pretty accurate with, you know, trying to get 5-1 or higher. And I'll explain why that Venezuelan Triumph hasn't hit the board since 2022. So think about that. Hasn't really been in the money at all since 2022. And the recent workouts have been slow. Well, let's look a little bit further here. So yeah, we 4 furlongs, 46 out of 46 horses. And previous one is, January 20th was 84 out of 89 horses. Now, this horse, you know, in this horse's defense, has, you know, really not really a quick worker to begin with. But, you know, with all those factors of not hitting the board and the slow workouts, now we're going to see speed in this race. So let's look at the speed here. We got number 7, All right, we're going to pull this up for ribbons and medals. Let's look at ribbons and medals for you. All right, so ribbons and medals is the number 7 horse here. Based on these running lines here that we see. Let's look here. Yeah, we got, just a lot of first, fourth. Just a, good race there. Nice speed figure of 85. So this horse is going to show some big speed. And look who the jockey is aboard. We got Luis Saez, who's known for putting horses on the front. The horse is going to be tough. And but we got another horse here that is actually going to show speed as well. Let's look and see. We got number 4, Read On. All right, I just wanted to show you a couple of these other horses here. Yeah, this is, she's the daughter of Ghost Sapper. This is Dale Roman's horse here. And this horse is going to show some speed well for Jose Ortiz on the, in the saddle. So this is another reason why I like Venezuelan Triumph is going to be a good pace scenario. Now, as I mentioned, this horse has not fired a big one in quite some time. So I'm hoping I could actually get a price here come post time. Based on the past performances, this is a drop in class. You switch to a high percentage jockey. And, this horse has done well in the past at this circuit. So I was willing to, look at this horse at a price here, hopefully for a form reversal. That's really what we're hoping for a price come Sunday at Gulfstream. All right, so let's look at our next race here. Keep it moving for you. We got race number 8 at Gulfstream. This is going to be for Sunday at Gulfstream. This is going to be a 5-furlong sprint on the all-weather synthetic. Let's look at a horse here that really caught my eye. This is going to be number 2, Miguel's Bell. Say that 3 times as an announcer. So Miguel's Bell. And as far as this horse, let's take a look a little bit further. And this filly has been running excellent up until this last race on January 14th. Now, this was the first time for Miguel's Bell at this condition, this higher condition of optional claimer 50K. Now, if you see here, there's a legit excuse, I feel, for January 14th's performance, and I'll explain here why. Let's look a little bit further at the PPs. All right, look at this here, this comment, stumbled start, 2-path faded. Now, I watched the start. I always like to watch these starts, especially if these horses have troubled trips. I want to really confirm that the horseman's note is correct. Now, we do get, from time to time, some of the horseman's notes can get a little carried away. So you got to, as a horse player, I feel like you got to put in the effort for video watching and really see if that came true. And it was true in this case. It was a stumbling start. And jockey was, lucky to stay aboard. So I really want to cross a line through this race on January 14th here for Miguel's Bell. And as far as the previous efforts, I mean, look at these previous efforts here. We got, at the lower condition, I know, but we got, a first, second, and ran, good, decent speed figures at that lower level. Even with the troubled start last race, still ran a very similar speed figure from the previous races. Now, with that legit excuse in the beginning, I feel like there could be a step forward here for Miguel's Bell. So I was looking at this horse for race number 8 here, the number 2 horse. Now, this is for trainer David Carlos. And for David Carlos, let's look. He's doing so well right now. He's actually hitting at 24%. So, really nice percentage for the barn there. And you get second time LASIK. So I know that some of the horse players like that angle as well. Another angle that I really do like here is that you actually maintain the weight break with the jockey. This is for apprentice jockey Gabriel Maldonado aboard. So you get a 7-pound difference here. I like that a lot. I mean, I'll take the weight break there. This horse was in great form other than that last race on January 14th. So give me Miguel's Bell. We don't know the morning lines yet. So I'm hoping, I still can get it in a range of 8-1, 10-1, something like that. So we'll see what happens come post time on Sunday. All right. And then we got one more race for you here. I got race 9. All right. So let's look at race 9 here for you. All right. I'm actually going to go right to the number one horse, but this is 5 furlongs on the turf. Optional claimers of 62.50. All right. And then I'm going to go with this number one horse, Axlaham. I think I'm saying that right. Axlaham. Get a little bit of an accent there. And this horse is trying this optional claiming 62 level for the third time in a row now. And this is a consistent type horse. So let's look. We got a lot of consistent in the money type finishes. Now, I know we got a third, a fourth, and a fourth, the last three efforts, especially the last two races of the 5 furlongs at this condition. This is a big field. You have a lot of horses in this race. And I was looking for consistency in a wide open race. Now, in a turf sprint at 5 furlongs, the one post can sometimes be, could be a little tricky. You got to break well. You got to have good positioning early. Now, I was looking for this consistency, like I mentioned, in this big field. This horse is not really keen on getting into the winner's circle for trainer, Safi Joseph. Now, this is, as a 7 races in the past 2 years has won 1. So, for Axlaham, I would like the consistency. Now, you do have Edwin Gonzalez jumping aboard for the first time. And a couple other cool angles I like about this horse is that from the one post, you're adding blinkers. So this is an adjustment for Safi Joseph that he's making. I like when these trainers make these adjustments. And then another cool angle I like about this horse here is that you have a bullet workout on January 26th. Now, I know it was 3 furlongs. That's a sprint kind of distance, 1 out of 38 horses. So it caught my eye that the consistency, the blinkers, Safi Joseph, you got the jockey jumping on for the first time. Really like a lot of these angles here. Now, the key is with the blinkers, you got to show speed early. I really think that the break is going to be so key for this horse, especially from the one post, because if you can't afford to break slow, like I was mentioning, you're going to get shuffled back. You want to get good early positioning and hopefully not to get into traffic trouble too. Now, with Safi Joseph, he does hit at 21% with first-time blinkers. So another cool angle there and a nice sample size of 141 horses. So considering all those angles, I really like this horse as well. Cool, guys. So I just wanted to show you actually my plays here. So this is Keats Cash Plays. My plays here for Gulfstream Park Sunday, February 4th. And if we look here, we got number 2, Venezuelan Triumph, the 3 horse that I mentioned before. I like the pace scenario there for that horse. In race number 8, we got Miguel's Bell. We had all those adjustments and, the previous race, line through that previous race. And then number 9, Exlaham, the number 1 horse in race 9. Like this horse to kind of hopefully with the blinkers to really, get a nice trip, good forward positioning. Appreciate you guys joining me. This is a Sunday episode of Keats Cash Plays. No football this week, so in between with the championship and then, the Super Bowl. So appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe to Trust the Profits. Thank you again for all the support. And remember to keep it moving and keep cashing those tickets. Thank you. Take care now.